Howdy, I'm J.Crager. I'm going live because I'm going to be working today and chatting and talking. So hopefully I'll be able to read comments and talk to people, and hopefully it's live, and anybody who wants to watch or join, they can kind of hit me up, and I'll see what I can arrange. Nice. So let's see, what can I do? Let's turn this on. So let's make that smaller. Oh, Livey StreamYard. I wonder if I can work and actually do this and see this in the background. Probably not. Probably can't see my screen, so I can share my screen. Share screen. Select. This one. Wow. There we go. So hopefully people can see me, and I can see them, and you can see my page, so that's awesome. So I will be working today on the Kill Journal and trying to get my pages broken down and do what I have to do so I can end by the end of the month. These are typically how I break down my work, and it's pretty loose. I'm a pretty loose artist. I kind of just throw it as I go type of thing. So let's see if I can focus for long enough to actually do this. Inking, and more inking. Oops. There we go. So I kind of have an idea of how most of these characters play out for the most part and how they look generally. I try to keep it as consistent as possible when I work, and it's it's a struggle. It's not easy to stay consistent when you're working so much and going so fast. And it's actually kind of hard to draw and do this, but I will try. It's hard to remain consistent if you're having to work really quickly. And, I'd like to think that sometimes consistency comes with style and stuff, but I don't think that's really the case sometimes. If I go really fast, it doesn't mean I'm going to draw something better. I may sometimes reinforce bad behaviors that I have to work out later. And that's no fun. That's no bueno. Hey, Pop Culture Avenger. I got my first person on a stream. How are you, sir? Hello. I am going to be drawing today, so thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Slowly but surely, I'm going to get all this stuff done and get it out to everybody. Takes a little bit of time, as you know. So, and I appreciate you popping in. So it's kind of nice to be able to stream and be part of and accountable. So it's awesome. Thank you. Back to drawing. So while I do this, I sometimes I have to go really quickly, and I try to remain as consistent as possible when doing so. And it's a struggle. So nobody said that being a comic book artist wasn't hard. It's definitely a super, super tedious job to have. I notice that when people ask me what I do for a living, I tell them, I'm an artist. I'm a comic artist. And I usually get a really great response, like, hey, that's fucking fantastic. You're a, comic book artist, and that must be a great job. And it's a good job. It's a great job to have if you have the temperament to do it. I didn't have the temperament when I was young. I was really, really anxious, and I wanted to be good, and I really worried about consistency. And sometimes if I couldn't draw something good enough, it stopped me, and I didn't just let it fly. And that was my biggest problem. Allowing myself to make mistakes and learn from them and then keep moving forward, and was an important part of doing comics. But I had to learn it. That's the thing, is it doesn't come easy. And so it is what it is. Let's check Twitter, see if anybody wants to join. Let me see if I could find any of my other buddies. Let's see who's available, who'll be around. Let's send it to him. Mr. Unhinged. I'm looking at you, buddy. If you ain't too busy. How about Todd? If it's probably late there. He's probably Florida guy sleeping. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty late. All you East Coasters are probably tired. I totally get it. So let's see. Well, I can always post it in my Twitter and see who pops up if I choose. Let's go back. On your campaign hammer, the Dragar Edition 3, is that all 3 figures? No, you don't get all 3 figures. I make a single 10 to 11 inch figure, handmade, sculpted by me, for you. And you get the book signed, both editions, and there's a few other things. I'd have to look back at it and see. But no, you get a single figure that is, I pose it myself and sculpt it up myself and paint it and everything. And I believe there's only 1 or 2 left of that currently, but you get the kit and caboodle when you buy that one, I believe. So you get like everything. So yeah, I actually have been meaning to kind of take them down. Oh, thanks, man. I've been meaning to take them down because I'm kind of at the end of what I can do work-wise. So I don't want to oversell things and then be caught in the downward spiral of being later than I have to be. And not that they won't come out, they're all ready practically. So I have one more to do. I believe there's only two available anyway. So Heads of Loki, those are still available. Here, let me show you like what a painted version looks like. Pop culture guy. Let me see. I haven't really shown this, so let me see if I can change stuff here for a second. Let me go back to this. Here we go. So this is a painted version without the horns currently of the head of Loki with the base, and it says, Loki on the base itself. I went out of my way to kind of make it like a really nice shaped piece, and yeah, it's a good one. I like it. Loki. Put that to the side there. Let's go back to drawing the journal. Come on, how do I get back? This. Yeah, I guess that's a smaller. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's so weird. I have to learn how to use StreamYard for sure. Let me do this. Go back to that. Say allow. Here we go. We're back. So that made me little. Perfect. So I'm back on Kill Journal here for a second. Let me put my glove on so I can work on them sweet inks. And it's interesting. Like, I've been a comic book artist most of my life. I've drifted in and out of stuff for the most part, and I was very kind of unhappy with the industry for a long time. I would say I was bitter, but that would imply that I actually had something to give them to be bitter about back in the day, and I don't feel like I had kind of achieved what I needed to achieve back then. So I really had no reason to be bitter other than the fact that I really hadn't done it. And done it to the satisfaction that I wanted to do it at. And I was always in the background. I was always like helping somebody else out, or I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, and I was telling people all these wonderful ideas and that I had for stuff, but I couldn't execute it because I got in the way of myself. And it happened a lot. Like, I can't tell you how many times when I started in the comic book industry, I sabotaged myself. And, constantly how you have to try to avoid essentially sabotaging yourself while doing this. It's as an artist, for some reason, we tend to overthink it. And it's actually not cool, like, to overthink it. It's not, you have to like work. It's a matter of just doing more and more and more art. As far as I'm concerned, attrition is the best way of learning. So doing something over and over and over and over and over again. And it's insanity. The definition of doing something over and over again and expecting a different result, right, is the basis for insanity. But that also being said, like, yeah, you got to be a little bit crazy to be an artist. It's a hard job. So, and very few people get to uh, get to do it for a living, like, and make an honest living out of it. And the ones who do, I admire greatly. That's fantastic that they can make a living doing something like this, and it's because we're making comic books, man. We're not painting the Sistine Chapel. We're trying to entertain people, and hopefully something will stick in pop culture and allow us to create a iconic something that gives us a legacy and validates us as artists. It's it's quite the conundrum. So uh, I hope this is cool. Like I'm going on 16 minutes now. Pop Culture Avengers, the man, and popped right in and helped me out. Let me go back to Twitter. Let's go home. See who else we could find who might want to play. I feel bad doing this to Irene. So I'm just drawing on here. If you guys like want to do, I'm not trying to take anybody away from anything. So I'm just going to be up and drawing. I might send this to Adam too. Where's Adam? Let's do that. Where's my buddy? Let's see if he wants to come in and talk shop. He's a busy guy. There we go. So all those are out. Where's my StreamYard? There we are. You grew up with Silver Age, Marvel. Yeah. I didn't get into comics till I was like a freshman in high school. And the first stuff I was into was really subversive. It was like Grips. It was Silver Wolf Comics, and it was drawn by Tim Vigil. And then I graduated to Faust like right after that. So everything I studied outside of that would have been the stuff that became super, super popular in the 90s, which was all the New Mutants and X-Men and Jim Lee's X-Men and all the Image stuff that went off. He has like super muscle bod. He should have more like dad bod, right? Let's see if I can work without him. Little dad bod action. Little in between stuff. So, but I ended up getting into comics late. So, but what was funny is that I kind of got stuck in the 90s style a bit. So it really stuck with me. And I like big splash pages really badly. And it's all the 90s fault. So, and I ended up getting into Jack Kirby later on. And my appreciation for him is huge now. I don't know. Oh yeah, you have a bunch of Vigil stuff. Nice. Yeah, I worked with him at Avatar and a few other places. So yeah. Anyways, my appreciation for Kirby came later, which I'm glad for. Like, I think I would have been worse off in the long run if I hadn't ever appreciated his stuff. I just didn't get it when I was younger, and that was was a problem for me. Like I was into the flashy flash and I didn't realize what he was doing is kind of what it came down to. And now, man, I wish I could just blam through things like that, but it's not quite like that for me. Um, so I just kind of throw things out there and see what kind of stuff sticks. I'm a really kind of sketchy illustrator, and I ended up I could do really refined stuff back in the day, and I still can now, but it takes me a lot longer. And I ended up going digital like about a year and a half ago. And when I did, things really changed for me. It's a complete different um, way of thinking, and I enjoy it a lot. Like it allows me to do stuff that I could do twice as fast now. So I don't have to go through steps that require me scanning it and sending it to the publisher for pencils and stuff. I just kind of blam it out there and automatic draw what I like. And it 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 works for me. Like I'm super surprised that I didn't go digital sooner. And at some point I may go back to physically drawing and do that more often. I still do sketches and stuff, and will like if I do conventions, I'll draw at conventions, of course, because people that's the only way they can get most of my stuff right now is to either personally buy a physical piece off me that already exists, because I'm not really drawing on paper, or pick up my books. And either way, I appreciate it. It's something that allows me to keep moving forward. Let's see. Oh, nobody loves me. Nobody wants to join. I'm trying to get people to join. I don't know. Like, let's see. What do I have to do? You share other options. This. Let's see. You can't sell any original art by going digital, though. That's true. I can do commissions, and if I want to do covers, I can do those. And it just allows me to work faster is what it does. Like with Kill Journal, I had to meet a certain deadline. It was like 100 pages in 6 months. Yeah, I agree. I know. So, but this is a means to an end. Like, for the most part, I don't mind doing 4 issues digitally and getting a percentage of sales and things like that. Like that makes up for the fact that I'm not being able to sell the original artwork. So, and I can still take commissions of the characters and stuff. Like if somebody came up to me and said, "Oh man, you drew Kill Journal," I can go, yeah, I did. You should, commission me to do a Brecken or whatever. So yeah, I might actually, as I said, go back to drawing physically at some point, but it's when my time constraints will allow me to, really. Like this is cool right now, and if I can get kind of the cobwebs worked out as far as how to make my style go faster and still keep the same quality, then I think I'd be more than glad. Or I can do this, right? Like I can essentially draw every page like this, where I've inked it digitally and then printed out blue line, and then ink that and then scan it I can do that too. So there are certain advantages I can do, which kind of work. Kind of work. So I think my boss is actually, he's in Mexico currently. He's probably sleeping because he's working hard, commenting on my videos. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, it was my test originally on Facebook, and somebody was like, oh, they didn't know what I looked like. They were surprised. Yeah, I look like a middle-aged white guy. That's what I look like. With a silly hat and a beard. So it's pretty uneventful, to be quite honest. I wish I was more beautiful. Like maybe I should tan. I don't know. I don't get outside much, so I look all pasty and shit. Goodness gracious, 26 minutes of me talking to myself. Or not myself, to me and Pop Culture Avenger. I can only take the sound of my own voice for so long. My goodness. Let's see. Little art questions, art. So I like Waterworld. I was watching it earlier. That's like one of the best movies ever. Kevin Costner. It could be played by anybody. It's Mad Max on the water, and I love it. And it's fun, and I like the name of the character. I like the fact that his name is the Mariner. Yeah, I'm live, so I'm just drawing. Yeah. Here you go. I notice a lot of Indiegogo artists work at night. I usually work during the day because I have to get up early and kind of do morning stuff with the kids and the wife. So yeah, I mean it's 8:30 here in California, so that's kind of it's night. So I just happen to be busy most of the day, so that's why I'm working right now, and because I want to get it done. You know, that's my boss wants it done. We have to get it out. Get it out. So, and make it good. Oops. There we go. Change that. Let's see. Everything went away. The silly killer comes from outer space with a great cult flick. Yeah, that's a good one too, man. I really like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's one of my favorites. I even let my kids watch it. It's one of those movies like that my kids can appreciate. They enjoy it. Let's see. Freaking shadows. What's more shadow? Like Michael Mignola once said, when in doubt, black it out. My goodness. Oh, that line was bad. This. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. What's that crap? I'm on the East Coast, have to get to bed. 4 a.m. I sub to you, and I will check your campaign out tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you, Pop Culture Avenger. I appreciate it. Yeah, check out Kill Journal and Hammer, and have a great night and get some rest. So busy day tomorrow. Have a great day or evening. Thank you. Ooh, I popped out. How did that happen? Need to go back. Now it's just me looking down. So let's see. Yes. Come on. What the hell? Yeah, there's that. Then I go to this. That hopefully shows me and this. Go back. There we go. Okay, back to drawing. Let's see. Kill Journal. So yeah, the 4th issue of Kill Journal will be hopefully done at the end of the month here. I think we're our colorist is going to be moving to another project of some sort, I hear. Hopefully I'm not speaking at a church. And so I have a pretty hard deadline. And if I miss it, I'm going to end up coloring pages myself and trying to match what Steve did and finish it all up. I can, oh, that's terrible. I can pretty much do anything. So I can color pages also if I need to, or kind of one-stop shop it, So, let's just draw this better so that I know what I'm doing. Here we go. When in doubt, break it out more. Break down. Try to hit those shapes. Chest. Rib cage. Maybe I was bringing those trapezies up too much and trying to sink that head down was the problem. He's a big guy. Yeah, that's better. So chest, ribs, center line, crotch, arms, hand holding, hopefully not. Oh, Hex Allen, there you are, buddy. Hold on. Give me a second. Add the stream. Hey, buddy.
Hey. How's it going, Jay?
How are you?
Good. Kill journal
Nice.
stuff, eh? All right.
I am. I'm working on the journal right now. So that's what I'm doing. Trying
Yeah.
to trying to as I was saying, meet my deadline and make things go, essentially. You know. I'm glad some people actually saw that I was streaming. This is my first time using StreamYard
Mm.
and doing all that stuff. I mean, I've used it before to go into other people's streams, but I've never used one to kind of do my own stream.
Yeah, it can be work. Like I think I always need someone helping me out, but I'm doing okay. Just a flow you have to get into.
Nice. How have you been, sir? How's
Oh,
everything
I'm
on your end of the pool?
just staying busy as hell.
Are you?
Uh, yeah, busy mostly with promoting because yeah, it seems like promoting is like the heavy lifting you have to do with a campaign, especially a smaller campaign.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. And I know what you're saying, man. Uh, by no means is Hammer a giant campaign. I mean, I still only have about 180 backers. That's it. It's not even a and I appreciate every one of them. Trust me, like I appreciate all 180 of them. But it's I'm a tiny campaign still. I'm a small fish in a big pond.
Mm.
Um, so I get it, and it was hard. I had to.
Oh yeah, I remember when I first saw you, you were really worried about the campaign, and we
Very
were all
much
like,
so,
"Why isn't this doing better?"
and it really was my fault. It was because I didn't do a few different things that I didn't do my due diligence on the campaign because I didn't know what I had to do. I just kind of threw it out there and saw what stuck,
Mm.
and that was that was really interesting to me. Like I had no idea what would happen, to be quite honest. Like it's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen, and you just got
Oh,
to kind of go along for the ride.
you might want to take that screen off there.
Which screen?
The big one is just it's showing like
That's showing
yeah,
everybody's stuff.
yeah. Well, not ever.
Hold, hold on. Let me go back. How about that?
No, there
Or
we
I
go.
can, or I can,
That's
or I can
better.
do. Hold on, 1 second. How about do something like this? How's that?
Yeah, there works.
There we are. If that works.
Mm.
So
Oh, I need to
that
shave. Oh my god. Mm. I,
nice.
I can't really grow a full manly beard, but it does grow coarse because of the
Nice.
age.
You know, I couldn't grow a beard till I was in my 30s. I
Mm.
was I was older when that happened. Hey, happy Jam Jam.
Oh, Happy Jam
Nice.
Jam's the man.
Is he?
He's a
You
he's
know
he's
Happy
a
Jam Jam?
yeah, he's a new creator. He's trying to get something off the ground. He's working on something behind the scenes.
Nice.
Yeah, recently met him. He's a good guy. He's trying to learn the ropes.
Trying to learn the ropes. Nice.
Yeah,
Let
we're
me.
grooming him. No, oh, maybe I shouldn't use that term.
Oh, Sugar Chris.
Hey,
Sugar
speaking of
Chris.
grooming,
J.Crager.
How are you, sir? How has everybody been? I
Well,
didn't see you.
yeah, I'm happy now getting to talk to you. It's been a long time, sir.
How long have you been in there?
Oh, for a little while now.
Really? Did I let Hex in and then? Oh man.
I think I popped in right after Hex.
You know what? It's I didn't know that I could move up and down
Mhm.
and see Like I've
Oh.
never done this. So it's new to me. Super
Yeah.
new to me.
Yeah, me and Hex both seen that link you posted. And I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" He never
Yeah,
showed me.
shocking.
Yeah, it's Mr. Crager doing a live stream. So, and trying to draw essentially is what I was doing. I was trying to get some work done, and let's see if I can get back to that work thing.
Is
again.
that a flashlight coming out of your mic?
It is. If I turn my head, do you see that my ears also have lights going around them?
Oh yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, I do. This is my kid's headset, and he got a new one, so he gave me this, and I've never actually like plugged in the USB that goes with it. I always just plug in the audio cord. So one day I plugged in the USB and the thing lit up like a Christmas tree. And and I was shocked. I was shocked by it. And so I decided that I would plug it in. I mean, if anything, if you're going to stare at the side of my head, you should stare at funny rainbow colors.
Yeah, at least it had something cool going on there.
As long as it's not like flashing, like a strobe light or anything.
Right, starting seizures and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
how have you been, Chris? How's your mother?
Not great. She's still not good. My brother's gotten better. He's not 100%, but he's better than what he was. But mom's still, having a hard time keeping her breath or anything. We might be ended up taking her to the hospital again.
Okay, you make sure if you can, because the thing that happens is it starts accumulating liquid in the lungs, and they try to suggest that you get up and move around a little bit so that it doesn't rest in one side or the other. So I if she's really bad and she can't get up at all, get her to the doctor for sure.
Like she can get up and stuff, but then that's when the hacking and coughing and stuff. And she'll cough really, really badly, like hacking and coughing to the point where she has to go to the bathroom because she's coughing so much, basically.
Cough so much you pee.
Yeah.
No, I know.
And stuff like that. So I don't know. It's worrying, but I think she'll be okay. If nothing else, we'll just take her to the hospital and they'll sort it out.
Yes.
It's just worrying.
Yes, absolutely. So, have you checked on her tonight? Is she upstairs?
Well, my brother lives with her on the other side of the duplex. He checks in on her, and everything at nighttime and stuff to make sure she's all right.
Okay. Cool. Nice, man. Well, that I'm thinking of her. So
I appreciate it.
no worries.
I made sure she had something to drink and all of her stuff taken care of because I'm the only one of us that's allowed to go outside. So
right.
So I went and did a shopping trip today and got them stuff that they needed.
Nice. So, Chris, I know you backed my campaign. Did you get the update?
I don't know, maybe. Probably not, though. If it was through Indiegogo.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday or something like that. So you got.
I probably didn't.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you must have.
Well, Indiegogo is really weird, right, with me anymore. It's I used to get all my updates for every backing, and I used to get the whole mailing list confirmations and everything, and now I don't get none of it. If I go to sign up for a mailing list, I'll sign up for it. It'll say, okay, you just got to, accept it in email and stuff like that. I'll go to my email. I'll never get that. I'll never get the email saying to accept it. And I only get certain people. Like I'll get what was it? I got Scott Payne's Chaotic Flux email,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think he emailed through Indiegogo. I think he
Oh.
emailed through his own thing.
Oh, like MailChimp or something?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe he has something that he's emailing through outside of Indiegogo because, like,
Right.
this guy, I'm getting his, but like I don't get anything that says Indiegogo anymore.
So weird, man. Okay, so let me give you the update. And just for other people who don't, either have a chance or they don't get those emails anymore. So yes, I am running a bit late on Hammer and Kill Journal. Kill Journal was a monster of a project to do in 6 months. Like, if I had been given the customary 9 months to a year to do 4 pages and 6 extra extended pages and then 4 covers and stuff like that. 5 covers actually, because we changed a Revenant and design a Revenant and
Oh,
and
wow.
a bunch of stuff. So I did almost 100 pages worth of stuff, and I should have been given more time, but their artist who had originally signed on had become sick, and they were unable to actually finish the project. So I said, fine, I'll go ahead and do it. And hopefully everybody who backed Hammer will forgive me for taking a freaking awesome job. And I'll just put it off, for however, until I'm done with Kill Journal. So, and everybody's been awesome. Okay. I haven't had one person back out of essentially backing this project. But during that time, Failed Superhero Club, the people who do Kill Journal, also had backed my campaign. That's how they found out about me. And when they asked me to do Kill Journal, I guess Adam knew pretty early that he wanted to continue working with me. So probably about 5 months ago, he told me, he said, hey, heads up, I'm interested in licensing Hammer from you. And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, well, I want to make games and toys. And now, if you guys know Adam works for Netflix, Warner Brothers, HBO. He's an actor. He's a writer. He does huge RPG games that sell thousands of copies, and he's had 2 successful game runs, one that did like $2 million or $3 million, and one that did like $150,000. But the $3 million one, I guess, was based on a pre-existing property that he directed and wrote all the stuff for. It was called Escape the Night. And it's on YouTube. You can look up Escape the Night on YouTube. He directed and wrote and did a bunch of stuff for Escape the Night. And so they did a game. The game did incredibly well. So he did his own game, and that game did pretty well. And so he asked me about Hammer. And I said, well, I don't know. I've never had to do anything like that before. So I don't know what that entails. So I go, well, let me finish Kill Journal and we'll talk about it. So I've been getting closer to finishing Kill Journal. I hadn't heard really anything about it. Everything seems to be cool. And the other day he calls me from Mexico because he's down there doing a shoot with Ari, his partner. And he says, hey, man, what would it take to to have Hammer, what to do games and to take over essentially your campaigns. I want to print it and fulfill it for you so that you can just draw. And I want to make games, and I want to do this. What do you need? So I told him what I wanted and what I needed, and it's great. So I have a 10-ish. I'm going to have a 10-issue contract essentially that allows me to do Hammer over the next like 2 years, all 10 issues, and we'll do games, and I'm a sculptor also, so I get to sculpt the pieces for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to do a bunch of stuff. I get to do toys with them. They've done some high-end toys before, so I'm pretty interested in doing that. And but here's the thing: we're not just like gonna step away from the crowdfunding market where we got all of our love from, right? Like all the exclusives and all the stuff that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen through Indiegogo. And we're going to keep offering our fans better and better and better stuff. And we'll have an e-commerce. We'll have all that stuff, but you'll be able to get the best signed, the best covers, because I'm still controlling the title completely. Like I control every aspect of it, regardless of them licensing it or not. It's my vision. And
so you still have like full creative freedom over the book and everything?
Correct.
Yeah, creative control. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's the only way I would have done it.
Yeah.
And in fact, when he called me, he goes, I need to know what you need. And I said, the first thing I did is I was like, hey, I'm going to ask you a question that's going to sound funny because it's a funny question, but this is how it's going to go. And I just said, what do you want to do to my book? Okay,
how do you want to rape my? Oh, sorry. How do you want to rape my characters?
That's what I said. I said, what do you want to do to my book? And he just said, well, that's a fair enough question. He goes, what I want to do is bring aboard a advertising team to handle all of our advertising and cover our e-commerce and deal with that aspect of things. And then I want to pitch several movies, but more so than anything, I want to make a game of it. I want to take your idea of the artifacts of Asgard falling to Earth and make a game out of that. Like, that'll be dope.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely sounds like a plus for you. Yeah.
Oh, it's a super plus.
Right.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
so,
man. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So they let me know the other day that they are officially taking over my campaign for me, so that all I can have to do is essentially draw and create stuff for you guys and make it awesome.
Oh,
you
man.
know? So
that is manna from heaven, man.
And it freaks me out. It freaks me out. So when Adam told me, I think the first thing that happened was I kind of shut down. Like, there was no way for me to deal with it. And
fear of success.
I don't know what it is, man. It just I become a deer in the headlights because I don't expect good things to happen.
It's just such a huge thing that happened, I guess.
Yeah, it's ginormous. It's like every comic book artist's dream since when they start creating comics. And this guy that I really respect, by the way, like Adam Lawson, I really respect this guy. And he's essentially making my life awesome, and it's blowing my mind. Like I just don't know how to deal with it other than to just kind of keep chugging away and try to keep, being
Nose to the grindstone.
Yep. Now you just got to focus on living up to the expectations that has been placed upon.
That's right. That's right. That's the other thing. But I have no problem with that. I want you to know, like, I still have a lot to give. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of artists become exasperated when they're working, and it's just like, I'm giving everything. No, man, I have so much more to give. Like, this is a scratch. Like, this is nothing right now. So
Yeah,
I have so much more coming, and I love it, and I think it's amazing, and I want to be ready, and I want to work hard, and I want to just love what I'm doing, essentially. So, and if I love what I'm doing, other people will too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, baby.
it's like that. It's like that.
That's the attitude to have. Yeah.
Now
trying.
Now see how it is, Hex. I promote his book and everything on my tiny little show. Now I've been replaced by some fancy schmancy advertising team.
You're not replaceable, buddy. Not at all. So. Not at all. You're not replaceable.
This is great though, Mr. Crager. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear things are going awesome for you.
So proud of you. Oh yeah, you deserve to swig it just straight from the middle, straight from the bottle.
Celebrate.
Little tiny nip, little tiny one. Oh my goodness. Yep. So I'm doing my best, man. So that's what it comes down to, just working hard. And
we could be seeing a Hammer Netflix exclusive or something soon.
You might actually. So it may happen. With Adam and Ari at the helm, it's very possible. I think what I'm most excited about is the game and the toys. Like, I geek out on that.
Are we talking a board game or a video game?
He was talking both, but I think the board game is going to be first. Like the RPG-esque board game, super complicated. Have you ever seen the other one that he did? It's called Asunder.
Yeah.
Oh, we have more people. Hold on. Hey, it's Irene.
Oh,
hi, Irene.
Hey, Irene.
There she is. Hey.
We haven't met yet. I hope you don't mind if I hop on.
Hi.
I was just doing a stream, and Chris and Hex Allen were just like, "Yeah, this is a stream we're going on to next." And I was like, "Oh, can I join?"
I appreciate it. I actually saw you on the stream, and I apologized for actually shooting the stream link into that because I kind of thought I would steal somebody away.
Oh no, dude! It's fine. It's cool. All for promoting each other, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Hex, are we doing kind of like a online version of the pub crawl thing where we just go from one place to another?
Yeah, impromptu. Very impromptu.
The Crager stream.
Really, that's what's happening.
Right.
Sleep is not necessary.
So some of the characters in this are naked. Are they going to get mad if I draw like a penis on a live stream?
Well, I mean, Irene showed boobs on my stream, and I'm still around, so I think you might be okay.
It's artistic. If it's drawn, maybe it's like different.
Drawn really tiny.
Really tiny.
See,
That's unacceptable.
He's like a really big black guy. And
It's also
really He need-
So here's the thing. The
He's just
character,
No, don't hold back. Don't hold back.
the character is naked in some of the issue, and I have to draw him naked, and that's fine. And I drew him like uncircumcised and flaccid and all that stuff. So anyways, I sent it to Adam yesterday, and one of the last pages I have to draw his penis like twice. So I drew it on there, and then I'm trying to kind of minimize it so it doesn't distract.
Mhm.
But he literally sends me notes this morning. He's like, draw the penis bigger. And I was like,
Yeah. It might be distracting if it's not big enough.
right.
That's
If it's not
true.
right, is what he kind of like, I think he was getting at. Is
Mhm.
that
Maybe he
maybe
takes
I
all his
hadn't
steroids.
drawn it big. No. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not going to do that so that the very first live stream I ever gets banned.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be outrage? That would be hilarious.
Well, I think the way like YouTube and Instagram and some of these websites work is people don't complain about it. They tend to give you a lot more leeway. But when someone complains and it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
we can't even do like like a life drawing or something.
Yeah, I think part of it is like whether or not people are complaining, and also your size.
That too. No
Right.
pun intended.
Mhm.
Right. No, I totally can agree with that. If you have a very large channel, it'll definitely be more prone to piss people off.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
yeah,
your
I
target
can.
character.
Right.
Pale
Right.
Run.
In some cases, that can happen, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, I haven't gotten that big yet to have that happen. But
Keyword yet.
and the other thing, like, what's funny? I draw lots of nude stuff. I used to draw exclusively everything naked forever. And like
I didn't know that about you.
a lot of my older work was adult work. So I stopped doing it, not because I didn't enjoy it. I just thought it'd be nice to be able to tell a story without having a rape in it, or a graphic rape scene, or any of that stuff, unless it's like attached to the story somehow. There's no reason to have it, right? Other than to just shock people.
True.
So I decided that I would stop drawing graphic, over the top, violent sexual stuff for the shock value of it, and start trying to just draw stories, right? Just try to tell a story with stick figures. And I found that you don't have to really do a lot of this stuff. You don't have to draw graphically violent, over the top, sexually like stuff. It doesn't have to be that way. But
Where did that come from originally? I mean, when you started doing that,
Tim
Like, were you-
Vigil. It was Tim Vigil work. Like, I was interested in all of his Faust work, and it was all subversive, like Satanism and rape and crazy Satan worshipping and stuff like that. And it's the story of Faust, right? So it's a redemption story eventually, but it's told through the eyes of the artist John Jasper, and who is also the singing slasher, which is the person we call Faust. Anyways, I found that I didn't have to draw all that stuff to create a buzz and to still be a good artist. And it wasn't about the shock and awe things. It was just about telling a story, right? And telling it the best way you could.
oh yeah,
But the point I was making was this. A lot of people who draw sexually related type stuff get a lot of shit from people. And especially if they're women and they draw stuff like that. And I don't get that kind of kickback. Like nobody ever comes to me and goes, "Oh, all you draw is dark, perverted shit." Nobody's ever said that to me ever, and I don't know why. I kind of like want somebody to, so I could be like, "You're stupid."
Maybe, maybe it's because you draw the penises so small.
Ooh, maybe.
But like he's already insulting his own
He's like,
characters.
"Oh,
I
man,
can't
I
bring myself to.
I just feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
He's took so many steroids. Look at him.
Yeah, he's a big boy, man. He should be taking care of business. So yeah,
Some of that.
I don't know. I won't be drawing it tonight on the stream for you guys.
Oh, that's why Irene jumped in.
I know. I was promiscuity. Actually, I was not, but listen, I don't mind.
Irene's like, I hear there's going to be some drawn peen in here. I've
That's
come
never-
to evaluate.
Somebody say look in this.
I think next
Put the little
time
monitor on.
I decide to description like any live stream I do, I'm gonna say maybe I'll draw a penis.
That's awesome.
There may be a penis in this.
Yo, that's how you build an audience. I should be like, I like drawing boobs. I should be like, hey, maybe I'll draw a tit today. If enough, get 50
Yeah.
people in here, I'll draw boobs.
Yes, that's
There
how
you
you
go.
Yeah.
grow.
So it's like you can be the penis guy, I'll be the tit girl, and like,
Oh my
also
goodness.
market territories was cool.
I get
Oh.
so many new subs today. There'll
So-
be a penis.
I'm
So
telling
just
you, it would work.
it just depends, like what kind of boobs are we drawing? Like, are we drawing boobs?
What kind of boobs? It's
Yeah. I mean,
all kinds. All
I'm
kinds.
trying to. There's
all
the one
shapes and
that
sizes.
does this, and the one that
Oh,
does
boy.
this.
Well, like, there's a whole
I think one's more
I don't
real.
think I've
than-
even seen. I don't even think I've seen like that's like a downer pointing nipple. That's real weird.
You've
like,
never
you
seen
bet
one
it
that
was
does
that.
that? Do those?
No, I feel
These
like
down here.
that is a little strange. Like usually when they sag in the other way you were showing. Like they still point up, but they just like slide down the chest a little bit.
That's so.
Oh, like the bananas. Like what they call this. What do you
Yeah,
call it?
that's real weird.
banana.
But I guess I haven't seen enough boobs in my life.
Well, it depends on how big they are, right?
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
if we're dealing with,
Those
Hold
look
on.
like eyes.
hold on. So
Physics of boobs. Everybody. welcome.
these are young ladies' boobs. Okay, that's a side view of a young lady's breast, and usually they have, a little bit of perk to them, and if they stay within the A or B range, they tend, and they don't have children, they can kind of stay that way. But if you have some kids, eventually they're going to do this.
Now I like that.
Right. And that nipple might do that,
Do we
Right. right? So, and that's
I'm a
okay
MILF
too. That's okay. I like them because they can be moved.
It's gonna
They can,
happen.
they can do this. Like you can hold them up.
That's
can, like,
true.
put-
They flop.
You can put your
They're
hand
not
underneath
just,
it
yeah.
and hold
Like,
it.
hey, look at me when I'm talking to you.
You can hold it just like that.
Are you making a flip book?
He's animating this.
No.
He's animating a boob push.
Papa Crager is teaching Irene some valuable lessons here.
Yes.
Damn.
Teach
I
me how to
am.
draw boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the boobs I draw are usually gigantic because I do like anime style boobs. I come from manga, so I don't really care about reality.
So then there's the ones that you can just squish together.
Yeah, they're just like circles. I mean,
They're
this is
anime
comics. I give
squish.
no craps about. This is
And
not
then if
realistic.
had a bra, right?
Mhm.
Yep, that's about right.
Boob Dan.
Yep.
Boob Dan.
The boob dance.
Anime boobs. That's what I do.
There we go. I can't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
I just drew boobs for 3 minutes.
It's a nice little break.
Hold on. Let's move.
But your
it
view
up.
count went up.
She has a lantern head.
Oh my
Don't objectify her.
What if that's just how she naturally looks?
Oh, it reminds me of that line from a Sexy Beast. You're an inanimate object.
That's awesome. You're an inanimate object.
Oh yeah, he's like slamming the phone down, and then his wife goes, "That's an inanimate object," and he goes, "You're an inanimate object."
Oh my god.
You know, that's something absurd I would say in an argument. It absolutely is. It's so funny. So funny. Let's check the stream and see if more people are popping in. No, I think I'm limited. I think I'm maxed out. Good.
It is
cool.
rather late.
Not here on the West Coast.
Oh.
So it's West Coast. It's only 9 o'clock, 9:17.
Yes.
So
That's me.
where are you located? So you're West Coast hacks?
Mm-hmm. California or California.
And I know Chris is in West Virginia.
That's right, Mr. Crager.
Virginia. I am in Georgia.
Georgia. So yeah, you're on the East Coast too.
Midnight. Yep.
Nice. So you're actually kind of at the same ley line as West Virginia. Like if you drew a line straight down, you might actually touch each other. So,
probably we might touch.
It's a nice
We can
1,000-mile trip though.
I don't know if I want to, but
No touching.
No
touchy.
West Virginia.
I'm not sure how I should feel about that.
I don't know about West Virginia. West Virginia.
West Virginia is definitely a different place. My
salt of the earth.
All my relatives came from West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that sound funny? All of them.
Oh yeah.
All of them.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
There's
been a few folks like that around here.
My grandfather is from Gilbert, West Virginia. And my grandmother's from Kentucky. So I have some West Virginia in me. So I have a fondness for Chris. So I feel bad that he's stuck there. Fucking West Virginia of all places.
Oh man.
I feel terrible for him. Like what was he gonna do? Become a coal miner? No. No coal mining for Chris. No.
That's gone. So it's around here, since there's no coal mining, it's your options are like the chicken plant.
Or nothing.
That's
yeah,
it.
It's like,
yeah.
Chicken plant or moonshining. And yeah. And everything is like places I went in West Virginia, like civilization was like 2.5 hours away. It was either go down to the creek, which they called the Crook.
The crook. Oh yeah. Crook.
The Crook. Go down to the Crook. Which was outside the back of the house. And like that was your fucking options. So and sleep with your cousin.
By law.
Yeah, there was a few of those, yeah. A few of those out there.
So Alabama number 2.
You got to be careful out there.
There's a few of those out there that married their cousin and had kids with them.
Oh, for sure. Are you kidding? Like, there's so many second cousins that have been married to. I know it. So, I have Hatfield blood in me. So it's very possible that there's some weird inbreeding shit going on. So I'm sure there has to be. Come on. She was purty.
Yeah, pretty mouth.
Yeah, pretty bio. Absolutely. So it is what it is, man. So I like West Virginia. I remember when I was up there when I was younger, I remember there was a carnival, right? But carnivals in California used to be in like the parking lot of like the Toys R Us back in the 80s. In West Virginia, it's literally mountain road, gravel road, and then gravel stop on the side of a mountain where they've pitched a carnival, right? And it's totally sketchy.
Yeah.
Slightly.
And yeah, it's not in town. It's not like in the parking lot of the Piggly Wiggly.
It's way out in the middle of nowhere.
It's on the mountainside in the wilderness.
Yep.
Exactly, where they're going to kill you and feed you to other inbred hillbillies.
Yeah, you gotta take a windy ass road out in the middle of some mountain to get to it. Yeah.
Yikes.
Why are you so
creepy looking carny folk?
Chris, it sounds like you need to get out.
There's no getting out of West Virginia. Don't you figure that out?
Yep.
Oh, no.
You almost
There
went
is
to Florida.
Escape. Chris. If Chris wanted to escape, he would have joined the military.
Exactly.
See? That's how they get out of West Virginia.
You go and you join the army.
That's right. Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Unless you were one of the very few people whose parents were like rich enough to ship you out to college somewhere.
Right.
Otherwise,
Not me.
Military.
Not me, buddy. So well, good thing I grew up in California. So I wouldn't have done well. When I was back there in West Virginia for a month, I picked up that accent really quick. And yeah, it's bad too. It's like you get a lazy tongue, and
I try not to let mine out so much.
Let yours out.
Yeah, but it happens.
I love it.
Hey,
I love it. How is everybody in the chat? All one person. Hey, Wolvie, are you shirtless while watching us? Wolverine?
Oh.
Isn't he usually half naked?
Oh, yeah.
He should be. Like, I think that's his calling sign. Every time I see him in a stream, he's like, he must live in a place that has no air conditioning and it's really fucking hot all the time. And I imagine him he's like in Mozambique and he's just sweating balls like behind some weird I got stuck in Morocco. I'm in the inner zone. Jedi hand wave. I always topless Crager. That's my secret. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I imagine he's stuck in like William Burroughs land. Like Naked Lunch.
Naked Lunch.
Yeah, exactly. That movie was so great. Do you remember that movie, Hex? Cronenberg Naked Lunch with the typewriters turning into bugs.
That's something you cannot ever forget.
I love that shit, man. That's my favorite stuff ever. I love him.
Cronenberg Existence. What was that? And the earlier stuff.
Yeah, I love Cronenberg and I love Burroughs. I'm a big Burroughs fan.
Nice. I haven't read much, but I tried to read some like when I was in my 20s. I was more of a Bukowski guy.
He was a sick bastard. So he was definitely sick. Irene, were you drawing on that last stream?
I was attempting to.
Was that you drawing that Cthulhu type creature with all the tentacles and stuff?
Yes, that was me. That was a monster from my comic, Fiendish.
That was a very, very sweet piece. That was
Thank you.
very good. I liked it. Good. It's good stuff. Good
sir.
stuff.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Nice.
quite the talent.
Yeah, it was super good. I liked it. I always liked that style. That style was really nice. Super clean, super kind of anime-y, but thicker lines. I like it. Has a European line
I like the thick
to it.
lines.
Appreciate it, sir.
That's
I'm
what
glad
I
to hear.
was trying to pinpoint something. Yeah, it's the luscious thick lines. That's
The luscious thick lines. I've been told that I draw manga, but with proper noses. That's my style. It's either manga but with thick lines, or like manga but with realistic noses, because I actually draw noses. So I'll take all that. But I like that you mentioned manga and European comics. That makes me happy. That's what I'm going for. So I appreciate it.
I know my stuff, so I can.
Yes, apparently you do.
I've been around a while. So even if I haven't popped up around here, I've been in the industry almost 30 years.
Damn.
I just never became as popular as Art to Bear and all those other chaps because I was a psychotic drug addict. So I didn't know what to do with myself.
I mean, sometimes that works out.
Oh, it definitely worked out. So after the story I told these guys earlier, they can see that they know full well that's worked out. So it's
I wasn't here for that, so I'm sorry. I'm in the dark.
No, it's okay. I sold the I guess it would be the licensing rights to my book Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 10 issues, and it essentially guarantees me like games and a living paycheck and movies and TV and toys, and it's just a big distribution licensing agreement, and on top of that they're gonna do all the printing and the fulfillment of all my campaigns, and it's gonna be fun. Happy Jam. If somebody could shoot in, let me see. Where can we see your work, Irene?
Well, I currently have my comic Fiendish live on Indiegogo as well. So, Indiegogo, and I don't know how to post in the comments. I can only post in private chat. If you search Fiendish.
I will, if you go ahead and put it in private chat, we'll figure out how to do this.
I will do that.
So that's fine, and we'll get it up to everybody. I'm gonna put.
I can make Chris a wrench.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. How do I do that?
You go to the YouTube chat and highlight his name, and you'll see the 3 dots at the right side.
You post the right link this time. There, I did it.
And
so go to the YouTube chat. Hold on. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
right on the YouTube page where it's broadcasting.
Oh, so I should go to view YouTube.
On, Hex?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like wavy.
Yeah.
So continue on YouTube.
Yeah, your camera just went like.
Dream.
No,
Just
your whole
crazy.
camera. It's going again. What's happening?
Oh, I'm shaking the table.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn,
Are you in
CERN.
an alternate reality?
It's the Large Hadron Collider.
I'm tripping balls.
Damn you, CERN. I'm going to Universe 616.
All right, bye.
So I go into here and I have to highlight Chris, huh?
I
Yeah,
think
And you see the 3 dots.
Yeah, click on the
right
3
side.
dots and just say make moderator.
Hold on. Bright side. Oh, I see all those little things. Where are you, Chris? Why are you not?
Well, let
Did
me
you-
comment in your chat.
Yeah, comment, bastard. Comment.
There.
How else are you supposed to become my man if you don't comment?
Hex,
Hmm.
do you remember Slick Jimmy?
The character,
There you go.
No, the
character
guy,
from
the
the TV
creator.
show.
So add
He
moderator.
was doing
There
a
you go.
book called I think Little Girl Lethal. I think is what it was called.
I remember that one. I saw that on.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hold on.
No, not familiar with that.
I'm not positive, but I think he just got arrested for downloading child pornography.
Roar. Slick.
Well, that's
Is-
not cool.
Yeah, I definitely don't know him.
Yeah.
Nope, never heard of this person. This
Who
is
was
bad.
Someone named Slick
I've
Jimmy.
heard of the comic because I've been watching Indiegogo campaigns, but I don't know who created it.
Wow.
Ooh, not good, not good.
I know there's a Slick Jimmy on Breaking Bad. One of the characters, one of Jesse's drug addict friends.
Not that
Yes.
one. Definitely not that one.
Or is that Slippin' Jimmy? No, Slippin' Jimmy.
Right. You have a good memory. How do you remember
Skinny.
the names?
Skinny Pete and Slippin' Jimmy. I remember a lot of useless stuff. I could have used this brain for bigger things.
You never know. What if you go to trivia and you win like $1 million?
I'll freeze up.
Oh, and Pale Rider. No, there will not be any red dresses in Hammer.
Red dress.
Black. It'll be in black, white, and red.
It said,
Well,
Hera's magical red dress fell from the heavens, found in war of the hollow.
Here's the cool thing about Hammer. When I'm doing the 10 issues, I'm doing the initial run in black and white. But when we reprint through Adam's company,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna color all the issues
Aye.
myself, and we're gonna print that sucker in color, and I'm gonna make
Nice.
sure it has the sweet colors. I am going to look at all the top books, and I'll just do that. So I'll make sure that I can rank with the rest of these guys, even if I'm not selling $500,000 worth of books. I want it to look like it's a $500,000 book. So that's where I'm kind of with that. If you're going to do it, make it go, and make it go good.
Yeah.
So, nice. Well, I think my first stream actually has done pretty well.
Oh, wow. It's been over an hour.
Yeah,
Really?
it's been over an hour. We've had a few people trickle in and out. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. I'm really surprised. I think I'll probably do this more often.
Yeah, you should.
I should. I guess, and guess what? We got a bunch more subscribers. Just from this. Yeah, make sure to get Nephilim Squadron up there. Get all that stuff in there, Chris. Chris. Sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar.
Nephilim Squadron.
Mm-hmm.
Fiendish, we're live. We're trying to get to 10K.
Fiendish.
1 week.
Go back, Fiendish Squadron.
Oh, okay.
Nephilim Squadron and Fiendish. Sorry, I'm just going to show my own crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. You know, chill and have fun.
I'm here to also make connections and see other people's work.
That's right. I am going to disconnect all my stuff and go outside for a cigarette. So we're going to be changing venues for one moment.
All right.
So it'll be interesting.
Go with the flow.
It's a travel
Let's see.
show.
Yeah, it will be in a second. We're going to find out. Let's unplug all this stuff. There we go. Unplug. Put on my jacket.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor.
Oh, I was so confused as a kid when Mr. Rogers would come home and he would take off a jacket and he'd put on another jacket and he'd take off his shoes and put on another pair of shoes. I'm like, why? Just get comfortable.
At-home shoes. Like that was his.
I was similar.
Relax.
I was like,
those were his cocaine shoes. What? He did cocaine in.
That's what everyone does at home.
when you're as big a baller as Mr. Rogers, you got cocaine shoes.
You just shattered my whole image of him.
Cocaine shoes? Could you imagine like going to somebody's house and being like, hold on a second, I gotta put on my cocaine shoes.
Man, that Mr. Rogers just won't stop talking my ear off.
Hold on while I put on my cocaine jacket. And my cocaine scarf. Fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Some people smoke a pipe when they wear their jacket. Okay.
I smoke a crack pipe.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I'm so sorry I have to smoke, guys. Every once in a while. Just has to happen.
I get it. I smoked for 20 years. I used to chain smoke American Spirits.
And my dad's a smoker.
I quit briefly, but it didn't stick.
I hear it's hard.
Yeah, it's way hard. I quit heroin easier. Are you kidding? Like heroin was easy compared to
Wow.
cigarettes.
So, is it because it's so easy to get? It's legal?
Probably. And they encourage it in rehab too. They're like, here, smoke this cigarette, have this caffeine.
Right, because it's a different addiction.
This won't get you arrested.
Yeah, let's trade one addiction for another. And yeah, essentially that's like, something to do with your hands, right?
Yeah.
So the ritual of it, essentially. I think that's the thing that people miss most when they do drugs is sometimes there's a ritual to it. And not like a formal ritual. We're not like cutting ourselves and praying to Satan and all that stuff. But there's usually a type of ritual that goes into it. Like, hey, I got to get my spoon ready. I got to do this. I got to do that, this before this, or clean my pipe or do whatever, right? So some of that kind of gets taken up by smoking and having that ritual. Like when I quit smoking, I didn't know what to do with my hands, right? So I would sit there and like stick something in my mouth usually. Like I would just let something hang out of my mouth, like a candy cane or something. And it was just stupid. Yeah, it's more the pattern of smoking that you can't shake than the smoking itself. Yeah, exactly.
And then you get into I don't know about you, but I get into eating, snacking more, to supplant that.
Right. Somebody told me to drink a lot of water. Like if you're feeling hungry, just drink a lot of water. And
It temporarily fills you up, but
right, it doesn't satiate like feeling protein starved or something, right? Like the one thing I missed when I quit doing like heroin, which was 15 years ago, it was a long time ago, was ice cream. Like for some reason, heroin and ice cream go hand in hand. And I don't know why. And then I would get like a hankering for a milkshake or something. And it's usually because milk releases the same type of endorphins that opiates do. And just on a smaller level. And I would find myself wanting like a milkshake or a piece of cheese or something like a dairy product to kind of kickstart that thing. But it's slowly but surely gone away over the years. I even had a tick 15 years ago when I quit doing heroin. I had a tick. I would scratch like a crazy person. That shit went away too. So that's good. Like, just the thought of opiates made me itchy. I would just be like, what do you mean? It was bad. So it was a long time ago though. I got way clean a long time ago and have maintained it for a long time.
That's good. Glad to hear.
I'm more of a normal person now. Well, I probably wasn't a real drug addict. There's people who literally are attached to the physical drug itself, whereas I may have just had a shitty life and didn't know what to do with myself and did drugs. That's a whole different thing.
Boredom.
Than being addicted completely to something. Whether it be physical or whatever, mental. I had a more mental stuff than physical. It was never like, I'm jonesing hard. The only tick I got was that little itchy thing that eventually went away, which was weird. You can see it in Ray Charles. Ray Charles, those twitches that he has, those are all.
Oh, that's not from being blind. Yeah.
No, some of it is. Some of it is, but he was a heroin addict for a very long time. My great grandfather was Ray Charles, like blind, and he had tics like Ray Charles, but there's a difference in a heroin tick and a blind person tick. So my great grandpa had been blind from 73 to like almost 2000. So it was 30 plus years, and he lived into his 90s, and he could do everything blind. It was amazing. The guy could literally walk down the street with his cane and do everything everybody else did, but he was blind. It was cool. Thanks. Now I want to go dig in my pill jar. Don't do that. You don't need that, Mr. Pale Rider.
It might be expired.
Yeah, it's not going to be as good as it really was like back in the day. Stop it. It's never as good.
Yeah, you need to stick around, Pale Rider. I've got to put up with you for a long time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wolverine said, great. Chris and Irene both live somewhere with a song. Which one will my brain choose to dance through my head all night? We'll see.
Georgia.
Georgia.
No.
Is that what he means?
Shenandoah River, Blue
I don't even know the song.
Country roads.
Yeah.
I belong.
West Virginia.
I'm not from Georgia, so I don't know these songs.
Did you come straight from Taiwan straight to Georgia?
Yes.
Ah.
But my dad's from New York, so I'd been to America before I moved here. So still, it was a bit of a culture shock, as the Deep South is kind of different than New York.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine.
I was in Savannah first, too, so it was Taiwan straight to Savannah, and it was so bad that, like, I've only heard Californian English and, like, New York English, and I was dropped smack dab in Savannah, and I couldn't understand what people were saying. It was great.
Sounds terrible. Terrible. Oh, my God. That just doesn't sound fun at all. I'd imagine telling them, take the marbles out of your mouth. Please talk. Use your tongue. Enunciate words, motherfuckers.
They probably just thought, like, I didn't even speak English or something because it's the South. They're just staring at me like,
That's terrible.
What's wrong with this little Asian lady?
Oh. dumb. That's so dumb. Oh my God.
Probably true.
See, I come from those people, and I'm embarrassed for them.
Yeah, my people from the South too. My dad was from Arkansas, and my mom is from Texas. And I go down occasionally to see my relatives in a small Texas town of a population that's under 2,000. And
Dangerfield, Texas.
no, Hubbard, Texas, like
Oh.
it's about 30 minutes outside of Waco.
Oh,
Yeah, and
near Elk.
that sounds sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's where it is, near Elk, which is where the compound was.
Oh, yeah, the Branch Davidian. Yeah,
That's right. So it was near Elk, not in Waco.
right. Yeah, and I've driven past where it used to be.
Where it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have one cousin down there who's I defy you to understand what he's saying.
It gets hairy. It definitely does. I mean, I grew up with, my grandmother and grandfather both obviously West Virginia and Kentucky had very thick accents, and my mother didn't, because she grew up in she was born in Japan, but she grew up in Hawaii and California, and so there was no accent or anything, so that kind of worked out for me. And but I could still remember my grandma answering the phone going, "Yellow."
Oh man.
So it's not hello, it's yellow.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Mhm.
Yep. And I still remember soda is called pop, or Coca-Cola they just call it pop in West Virginia.
Want some pop?
They want some pop. I'm like, what the fuck's pop?
Yeah,
I go,
pop.
Is that candy? No, like soda. Like soda.
Like a drink.
The one
we say soda water in
No,
Texas.
Soda. I did live in Austin for a while, and I never heard that. But Austin is also like basically California transplanted. It's kind of gross. So
Yeah.
it's not accurate.
I heard that Austin is rather diverse with like California. I have some friends who live in Austin, and they say it's a little different part of Texas.
It doesn't feel like Texas at all. It feels like California.
Oh, okay. Well, then it must be amazing. It must be amazing.
Yeah.
I love California. I do. Besides the fucking prices of the houses, I love it here. So everything is open. The weather's amazing. I have no problem going to the mountains or to the beach within 2 hours. Either way, I can skydive and go freaking snorkeling in the same day.
You guys do win on geography and weather, but not on living costs.
Right. I agree. Yeah, the house I live in is super expensive, and it sucks. So because essentially the property taxes on this place will kill me eventually at some point, because it is so expensive, and then I'll have to sell it and then move out to where you guys are and bug the shit out of you.
And they'll say, "We don't want you in California."
You're coming back home.
Dude, California's already it's starting to take over other states. And when I was in Austin, it was all a bunch of people in California moving there. And now Georgia, because of the film industry, and Georgia gave film a bunch of tax breaks, bunch of people from California are moving here. And I'm like, it's great that the money's coming in, because Atlanta really needed the money. It was like a shithole 10 years ago. But there's other things where I kind of don't need.
Right. No, I understand.
Dude, if you're going to move, get here while the housing prices are affordable, because this is like the only big city with really affordable housing.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, I think if I moved anywhere, I don't know. I don't know where I would go. So I'm really, unfortunately, to a fault, I am super liberal, and I don't deal with like shit from anybody. And if I move to a place that is way too right leaning, I'll get in fights real easy, and I tend to be fairly vocal when people are assholes to my face. So I don't even usually talk politics in general because I am too liberal. And I'll get stomped, man. I'll get stomped by some people because they get freaked out by it. But I try to be moderate about it. I don't talk about it too much ever on the streams and stuff. And I've lived in a few places that were ultra conservative. And when the place is so, I've noticed the poorer the place is, the more religious they are. And then the more misguided they usually are. So they're like Sunday Christians where they fuck off all week and act like fucking scumbags and then go to church on the weekends and think they're fucking saved. And that shit pisses me the fuck off. And I don't think that's okay. And I don't want to live next to those type of people because there's the same people who will rob you and then go to church to pray for their sins afterwards. And I'm not into that. I'm not into that. So Pale Rider says, how far do I have to go to see an alligator? Currently, it would be 3,000 miles to get to Florida. So it would be at least that, or I could go down to the San Diego Zoo, which is about 2 hours from here, and probably see an alligator if I wanted to. I don't know where I'd move. I guess I wouldn't mind Arizona, but it's like 2 miles from the sun. And I'm not interested in being roasted to death in 120 degree temperatures. I don't mind Colorado, but I think they're too liberal. Than I'm liberal, but I ain't that liberal. Like,
Wait, you think Colorado's more liberal than the coast?
I'm surprised you're saying that compared to California.
Well, I hear that Colorado is like a little fucking San Francisco, and I don't live in San Francisco. I live in like Orange County. I'm behind the red curtain, they say, right?
Yeah, you're amongst the conservatives.
Oh yeah, I sit. Yeah, I'm in Orange County.
Yeah, I've heard there's like two sides to California. There's like the real liberal, and then there's like a more conservative side.
Yeah, I'm behind the orange curtain, man. So I live in.
It's so weird.
In Orange County. Oh, dude, we just had a like white supremacist protest in Huntington Beach down the road, and they called it a White Lives Matter event, but that's a white supremacist fucking protest. You fucks.
I saw it on the news.
Yeah,
it's just strange because I'm conservative and I live in LA, West LA area, Culver City.
Right.
And it's more liberal here, and you're more liberal, and you live in the conservative area.
I do. It's where all the homes are the most expensive, and I know that when I do flip this home when I get a little bit older in the next like 20 years, that I'll be able to sit on a nice little nest egg and move wherever I want to go. I would love to leave the country and go live in Nova Scotia is where I'd like to go live. That to me sounds like the best place to go live as far as I'm concerned. Like, it's not fucking Canada. It's its own little island off it's all fishing. That's all I would do is fish and paint and chill. Like, there would be I would do nothing. So I'm a 1980s liberal, which makes me a 2021 Nazi, apparently.
But that's true, yes. That word doesn't even mean
Wolverine.
That's funny. Yeah, that's the Reagan coming out of you. Stop it. No, Reagan. Reagan was wrong, dude. I'm sorry. You realize that he spoke to like psychics and shit. Like, come on. Like, that was part of the whole administration of his
Well, you
whole
have to listen to Nancy.
and how about that movie Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yes.
That's a direct result of Reagan era shit. So
Well, that wasn't really remote viewing either. I've done remote viewing, and it's nothing like that.
yeah, sticking a camera in a lady's restroom is not remote viewing.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, buddy.
No, it's very scientific, actually.
It is. Hey, Jimmy Carter saw a UFO. Sure, he did. Yeah, unidentified flying object. He didn't see any green little men, though, did he?
Have you seen my UFO footage?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, well, let me share it.
Did you?
It got real interesting. I was not expecting this, but let's go.
And this is not my first sighting, but this is the only one I have on video.
Okay.
Why is it that it's all the Californians that get to see the UFOs?
Strange people that you meet on the street is not alien.
We're more prone to meet aliens here in California than we are in other countries. Illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. How could I forget?
I wasn't gonna say it.
They just show up on like a little raft.
I was still thinking space.
That's fine. It's all good. Do you want to show that? Do you have
yeah, I'm looking for it.
I don't know how I can. What do I do?
Oh, let's just share my screen.
I'll just share your screen. You'll share your screen.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wow, we have 3 viewers. Now we're cooking. And if nobody's subscribed, we might do this again. And you should subscribe so you can join our tomfoolery.
Do you have a regular schedule for your streams?
I don't. I'm so busy working, I don't usually ever stream. And now I'm essentially fucking off and not working. So... And all I'm doing is just fucking streaming, and I had streamed to like be accountable, and I'm not being very accountable at this current rate. Essentially, we're just pimping our wares, and I'm smoking and talking out the side of my head, which is silly. Oh, you're showing it. How do I add the stream? Hold on. There we go. Show me.
This is in Yokohama in 2014.
Yokohama?
Could be balloons.
Actually, there's a UFO guy on YouTube from Mexico who saw this, and he got permission for me to use this footage, and he went through like slow-mo and step-by-step to analyze it.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, there's like a whole bunch.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
That is kind of weird.
What am I looking at here? Balloons?
Yeah, they look like it.
If you slow it down, you can see that they're moving oddly.
Balloons moving oddly at 1,000 feet?
1,000 feet? Nah, it's way more than that.
Think so?
Mm.
Can't really tell because it's in the sky.
So I fly remote controlled racing drones, and I could tell you anywhere 30 to 50 feet off the ground, wind is way different than what it is on the ground, and several hundred feet in the air, it's much different.
They're moving.
And it I don't know, maybe it's a bunch of balloons. Where was this, you said?
Yokohama, Japan.
Japan?
But these kind of things are seen like all over the world, exactly like this. If you can, if you look for this stuff, you'll find a whole bunch of it. You know, I mean,
Okay.
you can easily say, "Oh, yeah, it doesn't exist," but you know, if you're looking for it, there's a whole bunch of cases.
I mean, but nowadays with that's epic. Nowadays with drones, like you never know what you're looking at and with CG and everything. So how can you even trust the footage?
Right.
I'm waiting for actual disclosure. If there's something out there, then
Yeah.
freaking gonna come out someday.
Well,
Because you can't trust any footage you see now.
It seems like they're leaking slowly.
I can tell you this much: if you know anything about the mathematics of physics and quantum physics, it would be impossible for another species like aliens to come here the way that we think they would, like in our heads, where they come in a little tiny craft and just show up. Hey, let's dissect a cow. Let's not rape. Let's touch a few people and probe them, and then throw them back into bed and make sure that they have like some type of post-traumatic stress over it. It seems really weird to me unless it's a dimensional thing where they're able to move in and out of dimensions.
It's most likely what that is, yeah.
Yeah, they could. You
But they
could
still
say
need a
that.
craft.
Okay, yes, you would still need a craft, and on top of that, it's just silliness. Okay, like it would take millions of light years for an intelligent race to even get here, and even if they knew we were here in the fucking first place, when we take a picture, like let's say we're looking at the stars, we're looking at old photographs of those stars. So it takes 300 million light years for some of that light or more to get to us, meaning that we're seeing a reflection of something 300 million years ago. So if somebody looks at us, they're going to see dinosaurs. Okay? If they're 300 million light years away and they look at us, the light from the dinosaurs has just gotten to this alien place. So all they would see is dinosaurs here.
Well, that would suck.
Yeah, and imagine hopping in your fucking spacecraft after you see some dinosaurs and being like, hey, we're going 300 million light years all the way across this universe to go show up at this dinosaur place to show up just to find us.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So it doesn't.
Well, the truth is, we really don't know what they're thinking and what technology they have if they were to come here. If they are coming here.
But they are bound by the laws. They are bound by the laws of physics
that we know,
just like we are.
That we know, and our knowledge is not the end all be all. 1,000 years from now, we could be laughing at like what we were thinking now, you know.
But that's in 1,000 years, not now. Okay, like the probability of an alien spacecraft showing up here is astronomical. Okay.
I've heard that it could be like chemicals.
It depends on
like common hallucinations, because that does happen. With like a certain, drugs or chemicals in a certain area. I don't remember like the names of it, but I've seen that some scientific explanations, but because there are certain types of drugs that can cause like similar effects and therefore similar visualizations.
Like DMT?
DMT,
like,
yeah.
You're talking about DMT.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, but not DMT, like something similar to that. And
ayahuasca?
There's like area that, well, ayahuasca and DMT are related, I think, but It's not that, but it's something else. Like there are other kinds of drugs that maybe an area has it, or people unknowingly come into contact with it, or through their food, and they have those hallucinations.
Nice. Well, I'm an ex-drug addict who did many doses of LSD and mushrooms and other things, and I am one of those rare people who doesn't get hallucinations. I don't see things when I take mushrooms. There are people who fucking don't. And that means that my brain apparently doesn't deal with that aspect of things. Like I'm imaginative enough, and when something isn't real to me, my brain doesn't deal with it. Like even when I sleep and I have a dream that's absurd that I could never do, like in real life, like I know it's out of my personality range, like, hey, I'm going to go rob a bank in my dream, right? Well, that version of me would never rob a bank. And if I did rob a bank, I would wake myself up immediately. And it's really weird. So I can be in a dream state where I'm fully aware that I'm in a dream. And if it becomes absurd, like to the point where I have to like be like, this is something out of my character that I wouldn't do, I immediately wake up. So I have this really grounded sense of reality. And I think that affects my brain in a weird way that no matter how much hallucinogens I take, and I can tell you I've eaten like, I don't know, a quarter of mushrooms or more at a time, which is a lot. 7+ grams will send anybody on a trip. And I'm completely fine and would be completely normal and be able to have a normal conversation in a normal day like anybody else that didn't take those mushrooms. And same thing with LSD, same thing with DMT, same thing with all that other stuff. It's really weird, but I would hate to think how much I would have to take to start seeing things.
Wow, that's remarkable.
I want to find out. That is really crazy, though. I never heard of people who don't hallucinate.
It freaked me out too, because I've spent many years trying to, expand my horizons, and every single time some person tells me, man, I just spoke to fucking Ernest Borgnine for like 3 hours. It was fantastic. And I have to tell him, I have to be like, man, I don't get to talk to Ernest Borgnine. I don't get to speak to Walter Brimley. It doesn't happen for me. So
there's no Robert Loggia in my hallucination.
No, not at all, dude. I get none. And in fact, the only time I do hallucinate is when I was a kid and I had a fever. And I had a fever so bad that I started hallucinating. And it freaked me the fuck out. And that was the only time. I was probably 13 or 14 years old.
What did you see?
I don't know what I saw. I was in the shower trying to get my temperature down, and I saw some type of shadow move across the bathroom, and it freaked me out so badly, and I don't know why, that I just came running out of the bathroom half naked in my grandma's house and like fucking screaming. And it was because my fever had like gone into like the 104, 105 range, and it started. Yeah, it was really bad. And then before that, like maybe earlier in that week when I first started getting sick, I had a Freddy Krueger poster where his claws came out of the poster kind of stuff, where they were pointed at you. And I remember laying in bed hallucinating because I had that fever, and I looked over at the poster and those claws were coming right off the page, man. So I knew he wasn't real, the thing to kill me. So it didn't freak me out. But when I saw a shadow move across something and there was no explanation, that freaked me out. And, but that was the only time that ever happened. There were no drugs involved. It was just a fever. And that was it. And in fact, I want to be like normal people. I want to be able to take drugs like normal people and see things, but I can't. I don't know how much I would have to take for that to happen. So it'd be crazy.
My one friend had taken I think it was acid, and he ended up running around his house. Then he was outside. He was throwing his shirt off, yelling about the little green men that was all over the place and stuff like that. He's like, "Look right there! Can't you see him?" And he's and he's trying to step on him, and then he's like, "Ah!" And they had to get him to calm down. And then he started on, I can't remember, about something else, and he was all completely out of it, real bad.
That's so funny. I think one time when I was in Illinois and I was working for Avatar, a friend of mine there had given me some acid. So
I took the day off in the middle of the day. I went to lunch and I called my boss and was like, "Hey, I'm not coming back in." And he was like, "What?" And I'm like, I got busy. Well, what had happened is I had taken some acid and I didn't know how it was going to react to it. So I waited and nothing happened, and I had already called into work, so that was fine. So I took another one thinking, that'll be fine. And all that really happens with me is I do get a little tiny bit of visuals. It's where I get kind of some color stuff going on at the corner of my eyes, where darker colors have lighter colors mixed with them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a full-blown hallucination like you're seeing little green men jumping around or shit like that. And then I get that whole hot thing that Chris was talking about, and I ended up going to an open mic night at a bar, singing at a bar, and then leaving as I'm stripping my clothes off in a snowstorm in the middle of Illinois. And I walked to my car with no clothes on, like stripping them off on purpose. Okay, now I'm not hallucinating anything. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was getting naked in the middle of the street in Urbana, Illinois. On Main Street, right across from the University of Illinois.
Oh, joy.
And hopping into my car and with all my buddies and then going back to their house and partying some more.
When you said open mic, I thought you said you went to do some stand-up.
No, I used to play guitar and sing, which I gave up many years ago. So I stopped doing that 20 years ago. It was no fun. I don't enjoy music like that anymore. It's really weird. I'm a musician that doesn't create music anymore.
Was it because you had to do it for a living?
No, I think I didn't do it for a living. I did it for fun. 20 years ago, I was in a band. 20 plus years ago, I was in a band. The band fell apart because of drugs and crap. And I never wanted to play music with people that were so screwed up they couldn't do their job. So I gave it up, and music kind of became this weird thing for me. Like, I loved it, but it also has this weird memory to it for me because I link a lot of my life to certain songs. So when I hear those songs, it reminds me of the past, and then it sticks me in a mental, like, PSD type trap. So I stopped listening to music that would remind me of my past, and I just stopped playing music altogether because of it. I listen to talk radio now for years, and if I do listen to music, I listen to really weird fucking music that could possibly have no relation to my past. So I'll listen to like D. Antwoord, or I'll listen to Pucifer, or Tom Hawk, or shit like that, where it's just weird music, and it has no post-traumatic stress attached to it for me. So if I can't even listen to Pearl Jam's my favorite band, and I can't listen to them because it reminds me of a friend of mine that passed away.
Oh, man, there goes my parody singing.
It just fucks with me. So I tend to steer away from it, but I still remember how to play. I play a few instruments. So I have a piano. I have a couple guitars. They just sit around the house, and every once in a while my kids will like drag one in and have me tune it, and they'll go play on it for a little bit and then give it up. So I'm kind of glad I don't play music anymore. I'm too busy fucking drawing.
You You got bigger and better things going on right now. You ain't worried.
I do.
You don't gotta worry about that music.
I do. You know, we've reached the 2-hour mark, and I think I've officially talked myself into a corner. So I do appreciate you all coming along. I think we're going to shut this down for the night, and we'll try to do a live stream later on, and I'll make sure to invite everybody along next time we do it again, or I'll try to jump on one of Chris's shows that he's been doing more often.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You're always welcome,
having
Mr.
us.
Crager.
Even though I kind of barged in, it was nice to meet you.
Oh, it was very nice to meet you. Keep up the really good work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. So it'll be excellent. Maybe I'll hit you up to do a piece for me for my book.
I am always open to that. Just let me know.
That'd be awesome. If you haven't yet checked it out, check out Hammer, and check out Kill Journal, and check out Fiend-ish and Nephilim Squadron Chapter 1 with all the extras. Hurry up and back it so that my card gets opened.
Yeah, please.
That's right.
And I just came up with a great idea.
What's that?
You know, I have there's one of those locked cards with question marks. I haven't figured out who I was going to get to do a picture for me.
Oh.
I was thinking of asking Irene now.
Yay! I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Making dreams happen here on
Yes.
my first stream. Look at
That's
that.
Yeah.
what it's all about. Look at this.
I got to grab
Awesome.
these artists while before they're inaccessible.
That's right. Before they
Before you're
become
too busy.
too big for their britches.
Yeah.
We're talent
That's-
scouting.
I've got a ways to go, but
That's right. Well, you're doing pretty good so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. So we'll
Likewise. Good luck on your project.
thank you so much. And you guys have a great, guys and gals, have a great night. And I'll see you all very, very soon.
Awesome. Have a good night.
Night, chat.
Okay, good night.
Bye, y'all.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Yay. Oh, it's just us. Oh, he was really leaving.
He didn't end the stream.
Oh, it's still
It's
going.
still live. Oh
Jesus.
no! I wonder if it'll automatically end if we all leave.
I don't know. I think it's just going to be his background screen, and we have to tell him to shut it down.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, let's see if we can find another stream to hop on.
Alright.
Follow us along, chat. Follow us.
All right. I'm heading out.
All right. Later.
Later.